Hi, welcome to BohemianSim. About to do this new build here. I actually had a lot of fun doing this one. My first time using round walls, so that was kind of an interesting journey to figure that out. But yeah, I was happy with it. Basically, this is like a gamer's house, kind of turned into. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing going into it. It was one of those things where I've been doing a lot of challenges. I've been doing a lot of other things. And I was like, I just want to build. I don't want to have a plan. And of course, as you build, at least as I build, I kind of come up with a plan as I go. So this is what happened with that. But yeah, it was fun playing with the round walls and kind of seeing what it was all about. Some things I really liked, and other things, as you'll see, I had issues with. I'm sure all of you guys understand. But yeah, if you like this video, please follow my channel. Please subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. This video a thumbs up if you like it. Please comment. I'd love to hear any input you have about how I talk, what I'm talking about, what kind of builds you want me to do later, anything. Constructive criticism, please. Also, if you want notifications when I post new videos, please click the bell. I'm trying to do a speed build once a week. So far, so good. I've been able to do that. You can also follow me on Instagram at BohemianSim83. This build will be on the gallery, so you can download it in the game. And my EA ID is BohemianSim. So yeah, hopefully check all that out, and hopefully you like this build as much as I did. I felt like it ended up being really unique, which I like to do. I like to do very different things. Very open floor plan. Yeah, a lot of different things I hadn't done before. I was just like, I don't know. Like I said, I was in this mood where I was like, I just want to build something and just enjoy that process, because it had been a while, which, you know, is what I like to do, is the building. But, you know, I'd been editing, I'd been, you know, doing build challenges that had more restrictions, and so I just needed a moment to just express whatever I wanted and kind of go with the flow versus making any specific plan. But yeah, I was happy with the shape I ended up with. As you saw, I was kind of moving those round walls around a bit, and then I came up with this. Yeah, like I said, it was a very kind of artistic feel to it. It's like that same feeling when I go to paint something or draw something and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do. I just want to let the inspiration come, and that's kind of what happened with this. And I was really happy with it. I wasn't sure at first, like, oh, these glass roofs, but honestly, I really thought it looked cool in the end with everything put together. This little garden area on top, I thought added a nice little touch, especially because most of the outside ends up being stonework and more like paths and stuff for, you know, their outdoor area, barbecue, things like that around the pool. So it was nice kind of having the roof actually end up being the more gardeny, green area. So I actually had more fun. I usually am not too fond of this part of it, of doing all the landscaping and the plants, but I know I must be doing it more, so I'm getting more comfortable, and I felt like I really, I don't know, I guess it was just that I found the things I really wanted to make it look the way I wanted, whereas sometimes, like, I'm going for a look and they just do not have the options in the, you know, in the menus that I really would want. Yeah, and then trying to figure out how the heck I was going to actually have the stonework meet up with the round walls, because when I couldn't put platforms up to it, so I ended up having to just use the landscaping tool and do it that way. And I used these round walls to kind of help me have cleaner lines and everything with it. Just kind of gave me a straight edge basically to go along. But yeah, I had just gotten the high school pack when I did this build. I was a little behind in getting it. So I had seen a lot of other people build with it, but I had just got it. So I ended up using a lot of pieces from it just because, you know, it was all new, and there's lots, actually really like a lot of the build stuff that came with the pack. A lot of the bedroom stuff I really like. So it was kind of fun messing with that. Trying out all the new stuff. But yeah. You know, last few builds I've liked using the orange color in my builds. But anyway, how are you guys doing? What's new? Let me know. What's new with me? Well, my husband's off work for 2 weeks. He's on vacation, so that's cool. He's been around more. Actually, it's the first time I've been able to do a voiceover when my daughter's not sleeping. So that's been nice because he's out there with her and she's hanging out with him, so I can do this. And like I said, I think I said this before in another video, my office, my desk and everything was in the living room. Now we moved it into the actual office, so I can do this with the door closed, which helps a lot. Other than that, what are we doing? Trying to buy another car, you know, the whole family car thing. Fun. What else? Oh, I do have some dance stuff coming up. As some of you know, I also dance. Actually, have more experience being in videos on YouTube with dance stuff, so the talking thing is new for me. But I do have, I'm going to be starting rehearsals hopefully in October for a convention coming up. It's like a, well, it's a geek convention kind of a thing, you know. But that's pretty cool. I'm excited about that because I get to use a lot of music and stuff from some of my favorite shows and movies and stuff. Actually, a lot of it's going to be Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm kind of obsessive. Yes, I was very happy when I decided to take all these walls down. I was like, I can't do the separate rooms up there. I wanted to open everything up. It just made more sense, you know. It made more sense to be able to, I don't know, it just looked better to me, especially those big windows, or you know, on the glass on the ceilings and stuff, just really making it so the light from the outside through those big windows could actually contribute to the rest of the rooms instead of having to put a ton of lighting up. Just, I don't know, the openness of it, because honestly it's not a huge space, and I think what makes it seem smaller too is because they're round walls, so there's less space to like push stuff up against. Playing with the levels, seeing what I wanted to do with that. Ended up keeping it flat, which I was happy with. But yeah, I just thought it looked way better as an open floor plan versus getting all, you know, tiny little rooms everywhere, because I didn't want to make it complex, you know. I was like, okay, well, this area will be kitchen, living room, that's it, you know, no extra stuff. In that little, you know, entry window area there, I do end up putting like a little sitting area, but you know, other than that, other than like just having it be, this is where you come in, and I'll add stairs down to the next level later. I don't think I've added them yet now. But I really like this furniture. The colors are really nice, and it was fun kind of not necessarily making them match to make them match. I thought that was fun about these color palettes that they have for the new furniture. And then, yes, the struggle, the struggle of where am I going to put all the furniture in a round room? I ended up liking this placement best. Like I said, even though it looks big, there really isn't a whole lot of space, especially if you want to make it seem cozy as well. So I wanted the furniture around the TV to have more of a cozy vibe, because you're thinking about, this is a young person. This is, in my head, it's a young person who is living in this house. So they're not necessarily going to do everything the quote unquote right way. You know, they're going to do it however they want. They're going to say, okay, this is where I want my TV. I want furniture around it. You know, versus having it be so, you know, solidly structured. So, putting the rug at a different angle. I think I ended up putting that table at a different angle too. Checking out all the options there. Ended up sticking with the first one. Happens a lot. Well, I guess because when I'm scrolling, it's something that attracts me to the piece anyway, is the first one I see. Unless I'm doing this where I'm actually looking for a specific color. But yeah, I wish they had yellow with a white top. The only place they have yellow cupboards or cabinets that have white is in the country one. And they look all, you know, they don't have that modern look that really fit the actual, you know, house. So I had to go with these because it was the only option that didn't look like it was from a country house, which this is definitely not. Yeah, I was kind of surprised at that. It's a little weird because that little corner piece of the counter there, I could set it there, and on one side it looked like it's going through the window, but on the other side it wasn't actually going through the window. So I can't remember if I ended up keeping that or not, if I ended up putting something else there. Because I mean, I liked that it didn't go all the way through to the other side, but at the same time I was a little, yeah, not totally loving the fact that from the other side you could see. So yeah, I can't remember if I kept it or not. I was trying a few things, different counter options. It's a big kitchen, but I also didn't want, like I said, I want it to look very open and spacious and not too cluttery. And I felt like the countertops were just kind of, I don't know, the islands are just making it too full. I love this table. I use this table all the time. It's the one, I think there's only a couple, like 2 or 3 tables that are like dining tables that are high enough you can use the benches with them. And this one I really like, because the other ones are more like for the pubs and the bars and stuff. But this one I think was from Tiny Living. And yeah, I use it all the time. Because I don't know, they have a lot of cool like stools in the, you know, in the, what do they call it? You know, the miscellaneous seating menu. They have a lot of these stools that you can put at like countertops and stuff for like islands and bars and stuff, but I like them at tables. And then here is where I decided, okay, I was like, where the heck am I going to put everything? If I put anything more up top, it's going to look way more cluttered than I wanted it. But luckily there was this wonderful place to put the stairs right there, which is perfect because it was out of the way and actually didn't look like it was not supposed to be there. I felt anyway. So from there, it's like, okay, I can put windows in the pool that will bring some of the light from outside through some windows without necessarily having to, like, you know, mess with too much. Because I did want some actual light coming in there. And I was like, okay, got the little hallway there where you can enter. And then I wanted the bathroom here. That room will be the bathroom. And then, but I kind of wanted it open because the rest is going to be the bedroom. So I did know I needed to put another bathroom that, like, I don't know, company can use, basically, like an open bathroom, because obviously the bathroom that's in the bedroom is very open and be kind of one of those things where the whole bedroom would be private, you know, other than the fact that when people swim in the pool, they can see through your windows. But I think I put curtains. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I ended up putting curtains on those windows too, to make it at least look like she had an option if she wanted to close the thing. Oh my gosh, this round wall issue where the floor from the kitchen was actually popping out onto the patio. Like, if anybody has any clue of how to deal with that, other than what I ended up doing, which was just messing with it long enough that I got less showing. And I don't even know how it happened. It was one of those things where it's like, okay, this is what I just did, and now all of a sudden it's working. But there's still pieces popping out, so I put like planters and stuff over it just to cover it up. But because I could not get rid of it, and I was like, I'm not changing the floor. I don't want the kitchen floor to look like the outside floor. That would be the only way, because basically in that corner where the roundness of the wall is, they act like it's one tile. So you'll see when I try to fix it that when I put, it's not like I can just change that little edge of the round wall. If I put a color on it, and even if I'm only doing the one tile at a time option, it colors that whole section that's connected to the roundness. So yeah, that was very, very annoying. I was not having that. Oh, and here I was trying to, I think I was trying to add a round wall. I think this is when I was trying to add a bathroom upstairs. I was trying to add like just a toilet upstairs. And so I was trying to use more of that round shape. And it was weird. Like I'd place the round wall, and when I tried to rotate it, all of a sudden they weren't round walls anymore. It was, I don't know why it was doing that. Is it a glitch? Did they fix it? I don't know. But yeah, it's like you should be able to rotate the round wall without it changing into not being round anymore. So basically I just said, fudge it, I'm going to not use the round wall for this. And so I ended up using that shape instead to add a bathroom down there. So I put a bathroom in the hall. So basically if anyone that's visiting needs to use the bathroom, they would just have to go down the stairs and go straight to that bathroom. They wouldn't even have to go into the bedroom. So the bedroom is still private. If you wanted to, you could lock the door so only the sim living there can enter, and that way that keeps the bathroom actually private. And oh my gosh, I was having so much trouble too with these putting platforms underground. Like I couldn't put, because it would make a big hole up top when I would do it, which is funny because at first it looked fine. Yeah, it was very strange. Yeah, see here I'm trying to fix that, and every time I put the tiling that I want, it just, and I was lucky enough that that flooring outside that I used the terrain tool for, see, that's the holes in the roof. When I tried to do 3 levels, it ends up making this big hole that I had to patch up, and I was so afraid it was going to ruin other things. It's like, oh my gosh. I ended up making it work with platforms, but I could only go one platform, one level up. I couldn't do, 3 or more, which is kind of annoying, because it's like, why would that go into the top area? It's a platform. I mean, I can do it on 2 stories going the other way. If I have a 2-story building and I build a platform on the first floor, it's not going to affect the second floor, so why would that happen in the basement? I have no idea. No clue. And now my usual, change it to nighttime so I can see, make sure I do lighting, because I swear if I did not do this, I would end up having a house that when I'm playing with it, it would be nighttime and nobody could see anything because I would forget to put enough lighting in. So it's a nice tool to be able to change the lighting outside like that. Yeah, I don't know. This one really flowed for me. I flowed a lot more than some. Usually the actual building flows okay, but when I start decorating it, because, you know, you want to make it lived in and look lived in. And I tend to have these moments where I'm like, oh, this is taking forever. I'm not sure what I want to do. And this one didn't seem to be that way. I think it really did help that the new pack has so much cool stuff in it. I was able to just go with that, you know. I mean, not having as many things to look at, you know, the fact that I kind of picked a pack, especially for the bedroom, I really stuck a lot to the high school pack. Made it easier because I only had so many things to choose from. But honestly, I don't think I would have chosen anything else. I mean, if I didn't like something, I would have gone into the other menus and the other packs and picked something. But, you know, I wanted to use the new pack. I wanted to see what it was about. And luckily, it had so much that I liked. And as you see, as I build the bedroom, you can tell that this is really where this person hangs out. You know, the top area is away from, you know, the first floor is away from the gaming and the working. She wants to relax, watch TV. That's all she needs, you know, play some video games on her console. You know, that's fine. But when she probably spends most of her time down here because this is more of her space. You know, the upstairs, it almost looks like she should be sharing it with other people because it's just the necessities. So this is where she likes to be mostly. But, you know, she wants to have company. She wants to get outside. You know, she has the pool. She has the barbecue area, which I will add soon. You know, she has the stuff that make it easy to have people over. And she probably rarely has people actually down in her bedroom. Again, just considering that the bathroom is going to be, it doesn't actually have a door on it. I actually really, like I said, I really enjoyed this. I also stuck to basic colors. So that really helped the choices too of what I wanted to decorate with. But yeah, I was just looking through everything in this pack and it's all super cute. Yeah, with the rest of the house, I tended to go towards, okay, I need a couch. Okay, I need this, I need that. But with this, the bedroom, because it was going to be more lived in and there was a bathroom, like a full-on bathroom, I wanted to go through the whole pack because I wanted to, you know, like I said, look through this pack and kind of see what it was about. When I did that, I liked to more grab anything that I liked as I was looking through everything. And then from there, pick and choose and put things where I want them. Yeah, everything's so cute in this pack. I love the little light hanging. I mean, I used to do that with my bed. I had Christmas lights, white Christmas lights hung over my bed, and then I had a big piece of tulle that I put over the lights. Any kind of scarves or anything that I ended up with, I would just hang up there. So I don't know. I guess that's partially why I like it, is just the fact that it's so, there am I messing with the bathroom again, trying to get that level in. Which is weird too, because that level problem with the hole only happened on that side of the room. When I did this for the bedroom, I kept checking up, you know, up at the ground floor, and I didn't have issues. So I really have no, even when I was just doing one level in the bathroom, it still did that. But when I did, see, I kept checking. I was like, oh, is this messing with it? Oh my gosh, I actually did 2 levels. That's right. Forgot about that. But yeah, so that was a little weird. I don't know what that was about. But I made it work. I figured it out. I got it where I wanted it. Yeah, there's my favorite flooring. I love that floor. It's like, I don't know. I want those floors. Maybe it's because they remind me of dance floors. Like those really nice wood dance floors that you know, go into the studio and you're like, oh my gosh, it's real wood. It's not Marley. Marley's like the, they roll it out. It's an actual flooring. They roll out and then they tape the creases because it's in strips. And it's great. I mean, it works great, but you know, when that tape starts coming up, it can be a bother. So wood floors, love wood floors for that purpose. It's like, I don't know. And they're just so pretty, and they brighten everything up, the flooring in the Sims, not the dance floors. But they ever had an element of Sims, which I think would be so cool, where you could actually learn dance, like real dance, like ballet or, you know, hip hop even, you know. Even I'm more of a ballet contemporary dancer. I used to be very into hip hop when I was younger. So, you know, I just think that would be cool if they had that, where that's a skill that you could build, and I could build like a dance studio. They could have like ballet bars you could put on the walls, and, you know, dance art and things like that. That would be really, really cool. They really need to do that. I mean, the fact that they added cheerleading, I still haven't tried that out yet in the high school pack. I actually haven't played with a high school pack yet. My next step is to build the high school. You know, the high school that I want. I'm gonna end up doing more of a, like, what do you call it? Charter school. I was homeschooled my whole life, but we were involved with a charter school that had a homeschooling program, so there were classes we could go to, and, you know, a library that we could go to borrow things, and they had supplies for us that we could take, like, you know, pencils and paper and all that kind of stuff. And I'm obviously going to make it bigger than that, because it was a very small building that actually had the homeschooling department. They should have homeschooling in The Sims. That would be cool. Okay, sorry. Going off all things I wish Sims had, which I'm sure you all understand. But yeah, I want to build this kind of, I don't know, just look a little smaller, a little homier, especially considering that technically when I looked, you only need like 8 desks, so you don't have to make it like this huge high school. So yeah, I think that would be cool, just to make it look more like a private or a charter school, where maybe there's a little more, you know, not just look like a public high school, where maybe there is like an art class, and there is, I mean, you could even make, oh my gosh, if they had the dance option, you could make it like a performing arts high school. You know, because they already have the, you know, I believe in Get Famous, you know, they have the acting stuff, and they have the, you know, media stuff, social media, content creator and all that, that you really could, you know, apply that to, like, I mean, I think you could. I don't see why you couldn't. But then, you know, if they have the dance thing, you could add, like, you know, instead of just having like cheerleading or whatever and football, you could also have these other things. And obviously they still have to take their regular, you know, if you're going to play with it, you still have to take their regular classes, the 2 classes or whatever. But since they have extracurricular activities, that would be kind of cool, you know, just within your own personal gameplay, you could add it and make it like it is a thing. You know, that would be fun. Then you could build like a high school that has all those spaces. They could have an art room and, you know, like a theater, like a stage with the, you know, acting classes and stuff. That would be cool. Sorry, I'm getting excited about things that aren't there. But anyway, yeah. I wanted to give her a nice closet too, or closet area. Like I said, everything's open. Like you saw, the living room, kitchen, very open. I mean, there's really only doors on the bathroom, that one bathroom, and on her bedroom. Those are like the only doors besides the actual, you know, front and back door to get into the house. Everything else is open, which I really like. So I wanted to give that feel to her bedroom as well. So that's why I gave her a very big bedroom. But yeah, I wanted her to have the little, obviously that she's into clothes and she's into, I say she because obviously that's what I planned to play with, but obviously you could do whatever you want. But yeah, I wanted to really, because the fact that they kind of let teens move out sooner now, like you can actually move your teen sim out to live by themselves now, this would be kind of cool, because you think about it like, okay, let's say, you know, she was, I mean, you could actually maybe even make this sim go to high school still. But let's say growing up, you know, she did get popular. She did, you know, create a presence where she can make money staying home and gaming, which is the dream, right? And so she has this whole setup because she was that successful. Um, and maybe, you know, she was able to move out early, but she's still going to high school. So you could actually play the high school game. I mean, I don't think there's any requirement that you have to still be living with the parents to do the high school. That would be weird. But yeah. Yeah, sometimes I do all this work and I'm like, I have not saved in a while. I better make sure that I do that once in a while, just in case something happens. Oh my gosh. That little monkey guy, he's supposed to be like, you know, bigger than that, and he goes with, I think it's if you want to remake the little, was it a boba tea cafe kind of place in the, like I said, I haven't played enough, so sorry if I'm wrong about that, but what I've heard and what I've seen, what it looked like was like a boba tea type place. And he's supposed to be for that, but I was like, this thing's so cute, I gotta do something with it. And I was like, I need more lighting in here, so I want to use this cool lamp. I was trying to figure out how, and once I overlapped them, I was like, yes, that's it. She has a lamp with a monkey drinking boba. It's perfect. Like, who doesn't want that? But yeah, I mean, this room really shows who she is, I think. You know, obviously her favorite color is pink. She's got her element of clutter. She still has her stuff for homework. She has makeup and clothes and, you know, all her gaming stuff, and she's got a lot going on, but she's got lots of interests, and she's been able to really make the space her own, which I always enjoy doing that with my room. When I was a teenager, my room was like all me. Every bit of it showed who I was. Let's see, what did my room look like? I mean, I had a knack for fitting a lot into small spaces, but I was also very lucky because we had very tall ceilings. So, like, the actual angle of the roof was my ceiling. So I had an angled ceiling. So actually, above my closet, we were able to build a little loft. So, like, when my friends would come over to sleep over, they would go and sleep up in this loft above my closet, which was really cool. But yeah, I had giant walls because the room was so tall, because of the way the roof was angled, and so my whole roof was movie posters, whole thing. I don't think there was any bit of wall showing in my room, and yet I always found more room to put more stuff up. I would reorganize it, take everything off one wall and reorganize it, and usually, you know, whatever guy I was into, whatever celebrity guy I was into at the time, was always on the wall right by my bed. And then the interest level, as I put up more and more guy pictures, would go out the less I liked them. So if I wasn't super into them, but I thought they were kind of cute, that was in my closet. And then, which I had actually an open closet because the doors fell off at one point. We were living there, and I just kept it. I actually built like that as part of the room, because I didn't, you know, I didn't really care to actually open the room up more. And all my clothes are like back, so I was able to actually take the majority of the closet, and, you know, I had shelves in there. I was able to turn it into an actual like part of the room, which is kind of cool. I was very resourceful. I figured out a lot of interesting things to do with a pretty simple room. I had one wall with all animals. My door, the inside part of my door, was just any weird clipping from a magazine that I liked. So it was very collage, mix match, just whatever I thought was cool. Quotes, things like that. And then, what else did I have? Well, I went through my phases because obviously during different times I liked different guys. So yeah, I mean, when I was little, I was really into Harrison Ford. I was like 4 years old. It's like, I love Han Solo. So where we were living at the time that I liked him, I had a picture of him up. But as far as in this house, when I was like 9 plus, up till my early 20s, yeah, I had several phases. I think Val Kilmer was actually one of the first major ones that I decorated my walls with. Yeah. Oh no, no, no. Who was before that? Dean Cain, Superman from Lois and Clark, New Adventures of Superman. Yeah, that was definitely one of the first ones. I loved Dean Cain. He was hot. Um, but then I did, after the Superman phase, I went into the Batman phase where I liked Val Kilmer and, was obsessed with the movie Willow and had all the Mad Mardigan posters up. You can tell what time period I'm from. What else did I go through? Who was after that? I think after Val Kilmer was Leonardo DiCaprio. I kept count of how many pictures I had of him on my wall. Every time I got a new one, I would make a tally. Usually I had to take everything down off the wall and rearrange it to fit whatever new poster I got. I had over like 300 pictures of him or something, and I then had a binder with like articles from magazines. And actually, I think I still have all that. Not all the pictures, but I have I have my little binder with all the articles and stuff. So I was very dedicated. It was fun. I saw it as a hobby, honestly. It was just fun. But then I had other guys up. I remember I had, who was it? Devon Sawa. I had some from him. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, of course. Who else did I like during that time? I had some Nick Carter up. I like the Backstreet Boys, so I think I had some pictures of just them, even though Nick Carter was the one I was like really into. What else? Who else did I have up? Brad Renfro. That was during that time, like during the time that I had all my Leo pictures up. And then from Leonardo DiCaprio, it's kind of funny, I transitioned into being totally into Metallica and loving James Hetfield. And that one has stuck since. Which makes sense because he is an older guy and, so was Leonardo DiCaprio, but, when I started liking Leonardo DiCaprio, he was still like early 20s. Whereas I think James Hetfield was like 35 because he's like 20 years older than me. But yeah, that one was a big one. But I also just loved Metallica, I had pictures of the whole band, even though, James is the one I actually was attracted to. But yeah, I saw them in concert. Let's see how many times I've seen them. 3 times. So I saw them once with my brother because he was into them, and my dad. And then my dad was not into them. He actually gained respect from seeing them in concert. I hope you guys don't mind me going off tangent and not talking about Sims for a little bit. But yeah, just decorating this room definitely made me think about my room when I was young, for sure. So I guess that's why I got into this subject. But yeah, then I saw them again at the Summer Sanitarium tour. So that was cool because I got to see all the other kinds of bands like Limp Bizkit and Linkin Park, and I think Mudvayne was there. A bunch of different people. It was really cool. I saw that concert with my brother as well as the boyfriend I had at the time. And then what's kind of cool is the last time I saw them was actually with my current husband right now. My only husband. My husband that I have right now. So that was cool. Kind of, different parts of my life being able to see them. They actually did, during COVID, they did this cool concert televised. You pay to get in. All of the money went to their charity, all within my hands. And you got a t-shirt with it, depending what pack you bought. It was kind of cool because I couldn't go anywhere at the time, like a lot of people, especially because I had a new baby. I think she was like a year old, or almost a year old, I think, when they did this concert, and it was kind of cool because I got to actually watch it with her. So it's like kind of like she got to go to a Metallica concert, but yeah. So yeah, as you can tell, I like Metallica, but I like pretty much every kind of music. I would say, I was actually talking to my husband about this today. I'm like, it's funny, I like all kinds of music, but not Taylor Swift. It's kind of funny, but she's like the one that I'm just like, she's the only one that I'm like, no, I just don't want to listen to that. Everyone else I've heard I can appreciate, I mean, I can appreciate her. I get why people like her, but not my cup of tea. But the funny thing is that I own all of Metallica's albums except for Lulu, which I don't know if I count. It's the one they did with Lou Reed, which I didn't really find very good. But I also own all of Britney Spears albums, so you can see the range that I go to in my music. I think as a dancer, anything that, you know, inspires me or makes me feel something, I like. But yeah, okay, let's see. Back to the build. Where are we? I'm watching it, but I'm busy talking about something else. Oh, I loved how the hallway turned out. I was like, it's kind of cool because she has like a vending machine in her house. You know, it kind of reminds me of Big a little bit, that movie Big with Tom Hanks, where, you know, he's actually a kid, but he has this kind of, you know, he gets a good job and he's able to kind of furnish his house however he wants, but he's still a kid, so he ends up buying things that still show who he is. And I kind of felt like that was it too. Like, if you're a kid and you have a lot of money, why wouldn't you buy a vending machine for your house? And the fact it's in the hall, so, you know, people again can use the vending machine if they want. They're visiting, and they don't have to be like, you know, interfering with her space in her room. And then I put like a favorite movie poster of kind of like, looks like a chick flick down there. Yes, and then the final, well, not final, somewhat final details of placing everything. Again, I think I mentioned this in other videos. Sometimes if you want to place stuff on a table like that, because even when you push Alt, it still clicks into spots that they designated for it. So if you fill up the space, like I filled up the table with those tissue boxes, then I can use Control 9, raise it up to where I want it, place it where I want it within all the tissue boxes, and then delete the ones I don't want. And basically allows you to put things wherever you want on that space. So that's why, like with the dresser, I just kind of put everything that I wanted on the dresser nearby, and then I had to go ahead and fill the space. Oh yeah, I actually ended up, I think I did that, didn't I? Did I do that? See, I already cluttered up the dresser enough that I could start raising things up and moving things around. But I think I did end up putting the rose and the little picture frame and camera. I think I did end up putting those on the nightstand, but I put it in a way, because I wasn't really fond of that picture frame. I believe I put it in a way where the clock actually kind of covered that part up, but it still looked okay. Still looked like a little clutter on her nightstand. But yeah. There, so you deleted all the extra junk, and now, oh, same, I decided, wait, I want more nail polish on here, so I had to kind of fill the gaps and change all the colors and figure out what I wanted to do here. So I ended up changing all the colors of the ones I had on there and then copying them to add them, because I couldn't move them. If I moved them, then that place would be full and keep clicking into that spot, if that makes sense at all. But yeah, I mean, we're winding down to the end of this video. Basically, still a little bit of time left, but right now it's more just the clutter now. You know, it's getting all the little things that make it look lived in and give the personality, versus like, oh, here is a furnished rental, you know. I think that's why I like that couch too. I really like to use the furnishings that have pillows and blankets on them. That white couch has that nice blanket strewn over, so it looks like, oh, someone was on it, they were using the blanket. Instead of folding it up nicely and putting it away, they just kind of threw it, which is real. That's what we do, right? We don't always fold up our blankets. Some people do. I like the idea of doing that, but it does not happen. And then yeah, I liked the, you know, picking the art out. I don't know, like I said, this one was just a lot of fun because there weren't really rules. And I love doing challenges. I love doing challenges because of the rules, but at the same time, it can get to the point where I'm like, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. I want to, which I still love doing challenges. Obviously, I'm still, you know, doing build challenges, but there's times that I'm like, I've been doing a lot. I need to step away and just have fun and create something, something cool and different and just kind of creative. It makes it feel very creative when I can do that. Oh yeah, like what young person would not want a neon ice cream sign in their kitchen? I mean, I would take that now, and I'm not young. although I feel young. I still feel 17, even though I'm not close to that anymore. Which is fine, because... What did I do with that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that was cool. Sorry, I'm like remembering what I did. I actually had built two. I had built a university dorm, which I already have on YouTube. There's a speed build of that one. And I had built this one pretty close, because I was like, I just want stuff that I can have so that if I do run out of time, I can still post something. If that week I just, didn't have time to build something. So I actually ended up having two things to put up. And I went ahead and I did the university dorm. I put that one up last week. So it's kind of nice, but that also means that I actually built this one like a week or two ago. I guess it was a week ago, because it was pretty close to when I did the dorm. But since I did the dorm first, I didn't want that much time going by on each build before I talk about it. And then here's me trying to cover up those stupid tiles. My gosh, if anyone has any advice on how to deal with that happening in their builds, like, what is that? Like, why would I want the patio area to have the same tiles as the kitchen? That's just doesn't make sense. So I can only do round walls when it's like a greenhouse where I'm going to keep the same flooring. That just makes no sense at all. But then again, like the majority of like the actual kind of garden area was going to be up on that roof, which has a little ladder. You can go up there, and I added a little bench and everything, as you saw. So I really wanted like this part to be just kind of sitting patio area. I didn't want to make it too outdoorsy. Sometimes I build these outdoor areas and it has everything, it has like this great grill, and I wanted to make it cute, and I wanted to make it functional, like if she had people over. But I also wanted to keep in mind that she probably doesn't do that very often, and she probably, only goes outside to get some vitamin D and, maybe take a swim once in a while, when it's hot. But, a lot of the time she's going to be spending in her house. She's going to be spending time at her computer, or, in the space that she loves, which is her room. But as far as the outside area, I mean, yeah, you could think that, okay, well, maybe some of the, what do you call it? Some of this was already included maybe when she bought the place. But it's like this, I was trying to put those chairs and everything. I can't remember if I left. Maybe I did leave those, but I didn't want to make it too crazy outside. I wanted to make it... Oh, and I turned that into a trash can. I should actually, when I upload it to the gallery, make sure that I put that you can actually use that as functioning... It should be functioning garbage, because you can still see the top of the actual garbage can in that. So you should be able to click on the garbage can from the top and use it. Or, it can just be decorative if you want. You could put another trash can. But I don't know, I thought that was cool versus just using a generic trash can. I've been wanting to play a little more with that stuff. I know I see a lot of people that, especially if they have the tool, they can, have things disappear, so then the function stays, but you can't see it, and then you can use other things, like a desk or whatever, which is kind of cool. So eventually I want to get that. I want to start playing with that tool also. And the red shelf. I know that would definitely up some of my abilities, if I get those things. Right now, pretty much the only thing that I use extra is the move objects, obviously, as well as the where you have to put on the the long ass cheat code, where you have to do testing cheats true first, and then after that you have to put bb.ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement, because sometimes they do when I'm building. I like to use, because when you don't have a sim in there, you can pretty much use anything on the menu. It's just if you move somebody in and they don't have those levels, you may have to you can't use those things, so they may take them away. So if you use the ignore gameplay unlocks entitlement cheat, you can use any of the items in the menu. I tried using debug for a while. Honestly, it's a bit overwhelming for me. I feel like I have enough with what they have. If there's something specific, I'll go in there. Like one time, I think it was a challenge that I did where you had to make something look cluttered. I wanted dishes. I wanted to place the plates in the sink, which actually you can do by using the Control 9 and raising them up so that they're in the sink instead of on the counter. But yeah, so I like to use that stuff, but eventually I'll probably venture into that more. But I really feel like I have enough with what I have. But here's some final photos. Yeah, I really like this one. It's funny, I didn't build it to play with, but I feel like after building it, I'm like, I kind of want to play with this one. So we'll see where that goes, because honestly, I have some gameplay I'm going to do with my character Deja Vu. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen a little bit of my pre-posts. I haven't actually put video up yet, but I've built the character, and I'm kind of putting out some information about her. I'm hoping that her child will go into high school, so maybe that child will end up going into this. But we'll see. Or I might just build another character and do more gameplay than just the one, which is fine. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope that this one was a little more entertaining. I know in the past I've kind of stuck to just talking about the build, so I wanted to talk a little more about this other stuff. If you like that, let me know, and I'll keep doing that. If not, I will continue to stick to talking about the build. But thank you so much. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, follow me on Instagram, go check out my account on EA, download this if you like it. Again, I will put what cheats you need to use to place it, and what else? Follow me on my EA account also. Like, I would love to get more followers on there too. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, and I'll be back with another video, build video next week. Thank you.